Welcome to the Stronger Together podcast, brought to you by Sandpoint Strength and Conditioning. I am your coach, Kenny Marquardt, and I'm here with another one of your coaches, Lisa House. She is very excited to be here, and even more so because this is take number 2. I'm very untalented at this podcast thing so far, so technical difficulties are par for the course. But what I want to talk to Lisa about is how she got started, finding our gym, and so I'm excited to have her tell you her story because it's awesome, and she's I don't know, she's kind of our team mom at the gym, and she's just got a really fantastic relationship with everybody. And yeah, she found us in a cool way. So all right,
yeah,
Lisa, hit it. Let's hear it again.
I cannot turn mom mode off. I'm sorry. So for me, I've done athletics my entire life. I think it really started with the Goodwill Games, where I got to be a torchbearer or a flag carrier or something. I got a cool shirt and I got to be part of this parade. And it was really awesome. Kind of the details escape me as I've aged well past that in life. But I've always been into running. I love running. It started with track and field, and then it morphed into cross country. And I had this wonderful cross country coach. His name was Archie. He was very weird, but he was awesome. He lived in his car.
He's probably a listener. 7 listeners.
When we would do this, when we would run up Green Hill, it's really, really long. He would drive his house up the hill behind us, eating ice cream cones and drinking 7-Eleven Slurpees, yelling at us to go faster. Yeah, he was a cool guy. I really liked him.
We should do that at the gym.
I have threatened pool noodles for not standing up out of a squat. So
is that from him?
No.
Oh.
But it might happen. You never know.
Yeah.
And then so basketball, and then I was into karate, and I tried skydiving and marathoning, triathlons, Ironmans, like all the ings and mans and all that kind of sports.
Done a lot. I mean, probably bears some delving into. You have a black belt in karate, am I right?
I do, yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah, it is awesome. So, watch out.
Yeah, exactly.
You never know.
Yep, and you can run after people.
I can run. The more important thing, honestly, why I started running is I didn't grow up in a super great area, and I'm kind of mouthy. And so I had to make sure I could run away from whoever I made mad, especially if I didn't think I could take them in a fight.
Excellent.
So that's where the running kind of came from. And I knew that running was also a ticket for me out of that situation.
Yeah.
And it just brings me a really good sense of calm and relief. The further I run, the more amazing it is for me. So our 400 sprints around the block, I'm never going to catch Amanda. Never going to happen. I'm not really a sprinter per se. But yeah, so running is a big part of my upbringing. Basketball was wonderful, but I am 5'5", and well, I used to be. Who knows what I am now? It just wasn't going to happen to me in high school, and or in college. And that's where reality checks start to happen as you get up in high school years, 11th and 12th grade, and you're riding the pine. It's kind of inevitable, the writing's on the wall. And so I stuck with what I was really great at and what I really loved. And that took me into college. And then everything else happened after that. My first triathlon was in Medical Lake. And if you've never swam in Medical Lake, don't go. It's terrible. It's the grossest water. So all of these people lined up. There was old people, small people, big people, all sorts of shapes and sizes of people. There was people standing on the shore smoking cigarettes. And I was looking around like, what is going on? And I swam and I didn't die. So nice. I was happy.
Good.
I got on my bike. It had a flat tire. So I rode the whole, I think it was 12 miles. It was some weird sprint. I rode my bike. I just like, I got to get to the run. I can get to the run. And I got to the run and I didn't die. I was beaten by every type and age of person there. And I loved it.
Awesome.
And so I'm like, more.
Glutton for the.
Yeah. So that turned into Olympics and halves and then full triathlons. And I have the world's best training partner, Christina Pivarunas, she's amazing. And she's still my best friend to this day, even though she's 10 years younger than I am. I met her in karate. She was my instructor, and she brought fear into the hearts of many.
Awesome. Love that. Heck yeah.
She's an amazing person. And kind of when my kids, when they graduated from high school, they moved out, they live amazing lives. My kids are the best thing I've ever done in my life. They're wonderful, wonderful, beautiful, intelligent women. And I can't be more thankful for how they turned out. I moved up here to Sandpoint, and I didn't know really what I wanted to do. I was having a hard time sticking to the standard gym, like making up your own workouts and holding yourself to the workouts. And what am I working out for? What am I doing? And so I was looking for somewhere else, for somebody to tell me what to do. So all I had to do was work out. So I signed up for a no sweat intro at Sandpoint Strength, and I didn't go. Probably it was so strange of me. I'm usually not a non-committal person. I'm usually in or I'm out. And if I'm on the fence, I know the real answer and I just don't want to accept it. But you guys are persistent. So by the third, like, hey, are you going to come? We're waiting for you. Come check us out. Schedule your appointment again. I finally kept that appointment with a full intent of proving myself correct. These guys are just like tire flipping, Lululemon wearing meatheads.
Yep.
I'm not going to fit in there, you know? And I walked in and I was in love, 1,000,000% sold. The vibe in our gym is amazing. I loved it. And the only thing I regretted at that point was not signing up sooner by being, stubborn and trying to prove myself right. That gym's been the best thing outside of my kids that I've ever done for myself in my life. I don't really know who I did my no sweat intro with. And I think it's just because after that meeting happened, I was so excited to start and become part of that community and just, embrace it 100%. I couldn't wait. I just kind of forgot everything and just started marching forward, which is, kind of how I am. I dive in 100%. And typically what happens with me is I get bored, right? So, I've run so many marathons. Check. I got to the top of this mountain. Check. And you're just moving on.
Yeah.
And if I didn't have a goal in mind, I was really struggling with the consistency. But at Sandpoint Strength, the amazing thing about it is A, the community, B, the coaches, and then there's always something. Nobody is good at everything. Everybody has something to work on, whether you've been there for 2 days, 10 years. There's always something that you could do more efficiently. There's something that you can improve on. And that's kind of the carrot for me. And that's really what I'm chasing right now. Although in my lower body, my upper body is currently very challenged. I am still recovering from shoulder surgery. It doesn't have anything to do with the gym. I heard it when I was snowboarding, and it was a great experience. I was racing down the middle, like I was between these two teens on the Great Divide, and they went over.
Yeah.
Yes. They went over this jump, and I'm like, I got this. And I went over the jump, but they kind of came in a little bit narrower, and I got scared and I crashed, and then I rolled down the other side like some black run or something. I don't even remember, honestly. And then I came to the gym, and the coaching staff at that time, because I was currently a member, was telling me wisely, hey, maybe you shouldn't work on your upper body today. Hey, maybe you should see a doctor, all the things, right? And being the stubborn person that I am, I did not listen until I got my hand, like my arm, stuck over my head in class one day.
I don't think I heard this story.
And Coach Nick was coaching class. And so he gave me the very, gentle advice that I should listen to my body. I should go get this checked out, and I did, and I needed surgery. and I was really upset. I'm like, oh, yeah, my journey's over here. What am I going to do? And at that time, I was feeling really frustrated, but he kept me in the fold. He's really amazing for injuries and rehabbing and really creative in what you can do, even though you're injured. So I still had my whole lower body. I still had one arm. I had my cardio. There's so much you can do when you're injured. There is absolutely no reason ever to stop taking care of yourself. I can understand the frustration because I've felt it. I know he's felt it. A lot of people have felt it, but what it did was keep me engaged, keep me moving forward. And now that I am coaching, it helped me develop myself, my own skill set, and my own way of dealing with people in our gym that are having kind of the same type of issues. I love it when people come to the gym and they ask for modifications. I don't love that they're hurt,
Right.
or that they're unable to do something. What I love is that they haven't given up, that they haven't stopped coming, that they're still prioritizing their health and their well-being. And it's exciting. And I can't wait to make something up for them to do and keep them in our community and keep them moving forward to their goals. So for me, that could have been a totally terrible situation, but it turned into a personal growth situation, a motivating, and it was inspirational. And I still am eternally grateful for not being just discarded because I couldn't do what the rest of the class could do. So I'm, still going strong. I'm working out. I work out every day. I'm still a part of the group. I can still coach our members. Our members are great. They're understanding. I'm just like they are. I just happen to be standing in front of them and not able to do everything. But that used to make me nervous. And what I've learned is, as much as coaches, we support our members, they also support us. They're more than willing to demo things that I'm currently unable to do. They're willing to carry equipment around for me. They're so supportive. And so everything I've given to them, they give back to me tenfold. And I love our gym community. I think about the mom and me.
Yeah.
I think about them all the time.
To a fault, maybe sometimes.
To a fault, yeah. I do think about them to a fault. I have been known to preview classes and, who's coming. And then when I don't see them, when people are warming up, I'm shooting them a quick message like, hey, I was looking forward to seeing you. Where are you at? And, but they do the same thing for me when I don't show up to the gym for a day, which usually that's all it is.
Yeah, right.
I can't stay out of there. Just before this discussion, I was looking at my phone, looking at my schedule, thinking, who do I get to work with tomorrow?
That's awesome.
How many hours do I get to coach? And I was like, yeah, that's my Friday. And I'm so jacked about it. And the gym never fails to be the bright spot of my day.
That's awesome.
Yeah, it is awesome. I mean, our community, our coaching staff is second to none.
That's so awesome. And I mean, I think that so many people get nervous about all the things that you just said. I mean, from start to finish, in all honesty, because the no sweat intro is intimidating, or just like it's walking into new doors. But more importantly, I think the injury side of things, where people, like, our main goal is to keep people fit for the rest of their lives, like for 40, 50, 60, 70 years. And like over that time frame, you're going to get hurt, not in the gym necessarily.
Correct.
Sometimes, overuse or whatever, like you might have to take some time off of something. Like we've all lived life, and we all have things that maybe need a little bit less volume or something. And so modifications are just a part of the situation. But I think so many people get nervous about that, or they think they're a burden, or they think they need to stop. And like you said, you still have your whole lower body. You still have a million things to do. And I think that like fitness should be a part of your life for the rest of your life. And it just might look different from time to time. And to have somebody who's like, hey, no big deal. Like I've been through this. Like that's one of my favorite parts of your story.
Yeah.
Like, it sucks for you. Like you said earlier, like I'm not happy that you're injured, of course, but it does provide some relatability to folks that, have stuff that's going on. It's like, hey, I've got this. Personally, I have a bad ankle, a bad neck. I've got bad this, that, and the other. When you can relate that to people, I think they understand, like, we're not perfect vessels and we won't be perfect vessels, but it doesn't mean we stop. We still go to the gym every dang day,
Right.
whether it's for the social interactions or the fitness or both. Like, it's just part of the daily vitamins, I guess.
Yeah. So I've had people, self included, some days I make it there, right?
Yeah.
And I'm happy to sit there and pick up the good vibes of other people while I slowly pedal away on a bike doing my zone 2 cardio.
Yep.
So for me, if that's all you're going to do, or you want to sit on a box or in a beanbag, like
totally,
totally. Coda's digging the beanbags, but
yeah,
if you just want to come and sit up against the wall or warm your body up and then stretch, I'm just stoked that you came to the gym. I want people to keep coming to the gym. Where you start isn't where you end. Like, we all have our day one. You don't have to be in shape to start. You don't have to look a certain way or wear a certain type of clothes. You don't have to show up 100% every day. Sometimes, it's hard. Our 5:30 people that come in after going through an entire day of work and then they come to work out, they come in, they are tired.
right.
Those folks are tired and they come in and they set PRs. They're happy. Like, I hope we're providing them that relief so they can go home and go to their families and be the best version of themselves that they're able to be.
Yeah.
So whether you can do the full workout or you need modifications, it just makes me happy that people show up.
Same.
Just show up. Just come to the gym. Step one.
Same.
And then keep doing what you can do. And you never know, like, maybe you get there and you're like, oh, the warm up, this is so hard, I'm tired. But then after the warm up, you're feeling a little inspired, you're picking up good vibes and energy from other people, and it starts going better. And before you walk out the door, you're a whole new person. I mean, obviously you're still yourself, but
yeah, no, totally.
Whatever's been weighing on you is now gone.
Yeah.
And that's my goal when I'm at the gym. I want that to be everybody's best part of their day. And I know that that's your goal as well, and the other coaches. But that was said to me one time, but after it was proved to me.
Yeah.
So it really resonates with me. I love that. And I love making members feel, seen and heard. I try and interact with each one of them every day when they're in a class. And that's my favorite part, making them happy and getting a workout in for them that fits where they're at for that day.
Yeah. And you're so good at it. And like, the thing that I was thinking about when you were talking about not showing up for your No Sweat intro was you walking through the doors. Like, I'm so happy for your experience, but more honestly, I'm more happy for the amount of lives that you've changed. And you might not like, I don't know, that might make you uncomfortable. Yeah, right. Exactly. But I mean, hundreds of people you've impacted, and in a way that was like, it's just so unique and special. Like, you have this uncanny way of connecting with people and caring about people. And I think, again, I may have said this earlier, but to a fault a little bit, because you're thinking about it so much. And but again, it's amazing. And so, like, I'm so glad that you showed up for that damn No Sweat intro. And so is everybody. So are hundreds and hundreds of other people. But so let's talk about that. How'd you get into coaching? And I do know this story, but I want to hear it from you.
It was really kind of an interesting turn of events. So, as goofy and wonky and silly as I am in the gym, I actually worked in finance. So, for an investment advisor for nearly 20 years. Gosh, what is that? For nearly 30 years. So about 27 years. I have a very dear friend that used to work with the firm that I was a part of. And he had to leave for personal reasons, but he started up his own firm. And when his firm got up and running and he was doing amazing, our firm kind of started to struggle for several different reasons, but none of the reasons were sitting really well for me. And quite honestly, I was looking for an excuse, an out, like a path to freedom instead of being tied to the desk in the corporate worlds and all the craziness that goes on there.
Yeah.
But I was afraid. So my friend, he bought the company that I was working for, and we were going to make a go of it. But unfortunately, that didn't work out. I got a random call on a Monday morning, and my friend had to call me
Yeah.
and tell me that, the company was closing down. And so as his friend, I communicated a very reassuring message to him because his reasoning was something that needed to be 1,000,000% supported by me, and it was,
Yeah.
followed by a smart remark, which I'm known for, of, as your fellow employee, I can't speak to you right now. And I hung up the phone, and the gym at that moment became this place that I could go and just be calm.
Yeah.
Right. And so even though I was very panicked of being released from basically my whole employment
Yeah.
history,
Right.
I worked for that company and that's it. Like I had a couple side jobs during some difficult times previous in my life, but up until then, that was like my main gig.
Yeah.
And I just sat with it.
Yeah.
And the gym allowed me that space to do that, right?
Yeah.
And something changed at the gym, and I think it was Amanda said
Yep.
something about coaching, and so that's me. I'm going to do it. I want to do it. But I took a few days to respond because of my prior history that I mentioned where I'm all in and then
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
So I went to her and the opportunity didn't pass per se, but it did change, right? So I was coaching a little here and I was coaching a little there. And then as things do, they just progressed. And now I coach a lot and I'm in a job that I love and I can't wait to go to. And it's exciting and it's different and it's, full of camaraderie and passion instead of just every day the negative, like I got to get out of bed and I got to put this fire out and put this fire out and deal with this negative Nelly and
Yeah.
this potentially not a appropriate thing. I
Yep.
get to go somewhere I love every single day. Who gets to do that?
Yeah.
So was it a huge change? Was it scary? 1,000,000%.
Yeah. Yeah. Sure. Totally.
But was it rewarding? Am I the healthiest version of myself I've ever been, both mentally and physically? Absolutely. I mean, terrible things when I was working in that industry were happening to me. I had, my hair was falling out.
Yeah. Yeah.
I lost like 30 pounds from stress.
Oh my
I
gosh.
couldn't sleep. It just wasn't clicking and I was holding on to it for all of the wrong reasons.
Yep.
And so my friend letting me go and he felt bad about it, but truthfully, it was the best thing that could have happened for me. I mean, I'm happy.
Yeah.
I'm at a job I love, surrounded by people that are amazing, and I get to learn and be a part of their life and their journey every single day. I mean, who gets to do that besides us and the rest of the coaches and every other member in our community? They get to do that too every day.
Yeah.
I mean,
Totally.
that's amazing. From member to coach, it was great. And I don't have all the skills that some of the coaches have. I don't have some of the skills that some of our members have. But that doesn't mean that I can't coach those things or that I can't help those members. There's always verbal cues and tactile cues that you can give a member because I can watch their full body movement. They can't do that.
Yeah.
So I don't have that insecurity in that community. That community is always uplifting. It's never a negative Debbie Downer situation. Nobody's being spoken poorly of or to. It's great.
Yeah.
I mean, it's fantastic.
Yeah, and I mean, I think that like I try and convey this to our coaches and whatever else, but there's the technical stuff and the science and the this and the it's very minimally required in the industry. Like
Mhm.
all of what we do is emotionally and psychologically tied towards just helping people feel comfortable and helping
Right.
people feel seen and helping people have the best hour of their day. And that
Yeah.
is your talent. I mean, you have a ton of other skills that I think you're just a little bit shy about, or maybe feel some imposter syndrome or whatever it is. But like, so you have all those things, but the other thing that you are just so good at is connecting and caring. And I brag about you all the time to the businesses that
Oh,
I work with about like finding somebody who will like when you connect because I get our text messages as you do, but like you're texting people all week long on
Mhm.
Sundays and like just checking in with people that like, hey, you know everything about them and you know
Yeah.
like even like we might know why they're gone or why they're out of the gym for a couple of weeks or whatever, but you're still checking in with them to see like how their trip is or what it's just,
Right.
I don't know. It's amazing. And so
Yeah.
again, yes, I want to brag on you, but I also want to acknowledge that for that you have the skills in the hard skills for movements and this and that and the other, but the soft
Mhm.
skills and your ability to connect with people is it's just unreal. And so that's cool.
Yeah.
And I also
Right.
like your hesitancy for walking in the no sweat intro. Like I do remember when you didn't step forward and we were looking for coaches
Hmm.
and both Amanda and I, we were talking offline about everything. And then I think you came to her a couple days later and we were both like, what the heck is wrong? Why did she not come
Yeah.
forward before? Like she's going to be amazing at this. Like what was her hesitancy? Like and
I
so, yeah,
really just needed to think about it. I didn't want to become this big part of people's lives. Like,
yeah,
Amanda and Nick and you and Kirk are to me without really knowing I can do this. I didn't want to be there and then be gone because
yeah,
I want that. I want to. I'm actually honestly a really really big introvert.
yeah,
I'm extremely shy, but when I'm at the gym, I feel, free and I feel like that drive to connect with people and I do love people. And so I needed to make sure with how I've handled things previously in other athletic adventures kind of in my life
yeah,
that I could do that and that I could be there for our members and for other coaches the way that I wanted to be.
yeah.
So that was awesome. And I am a total nerd. I do love I do love all of our members. I love my PT people. I mean, they're just amazing. I'll do anything for them. If you're struggling with your nutrition, I will message you every day.
Yep.
Hey,
Yep.
did you eat your breakfast?
Yep. Yeah. No, I know that's true.
I have one PT person now that I just have a great relationship with, and I message him. I talk to him. Did you get your breakfast this morning?
Yep.
Eat this.
Yep.
And I just bring backup stuff for him and for a couple other people that like Saturday they're known to come to the hustle workout and stay for Saturday and they bring no food. It's like,
Yep.
here's your food, here's a little power bar from mom or some nuts
Halftime,
or
orange slices, and
actually I have done that before.
I believe it. Yep.
That's just like part of what I like to do for people, make them feel welcome and at home. And
Yeah.
I want them to feel comfortable coming to me and being able to relate to me with whatever that struggle is. They can come to me without judgment. If I don't have the answer, I will find the answer.
Yeah.
I want to help them. This PT member I was talking about, he has a lot of things going on, but he showed up the other day and my first question's usually like, "How are you today?" And he wasn't doing great.
Yeah.
And so we just had a quick little check-in. I had this bomb workout plan for him and he will do anything. He's such a hard worker, but he just didn't have it. And so we spent 45 minutes. Some of it was doing some zone 2 while we chit-chatted and caught up about, what was going on with him, what was going on with my week. And then we just stretched, and that's exactly what he needed. And
Yeah.
then he came in the next day, fired up, ready to go, crushed it.
Yeah.
So that's what I want to do. I want people in it for the long haul, for the longevity. Everything we do, every time we make a positive choice for ourselves it's just increasing our longevity. It's increasing how long I'll be here for people that I love and things that are important for me. So that's kind of the name of the game. I think that's really what we're after at the gym, is just like fighting off the age and disease, and being able to be independent and do things that we love every single day. I mean, I'm 50 and I can still do a lot of things,
Yeah.
even though I don't use my upper body. But, I mean, I'm still doing cool things, and it's a lot of fun to be able to do that. And so I want that for everybody.
Yeah.
I want everybody to be successful in whatever way they're searching for.
Yeah. That's so
Yeah.
awesome. And recently you've started a Lift and Thrive class. Let's
Yeah.
talk about that. So that's our we haven't really put
Those,
an age on it, but it is like 40 and above women
yeah.
only. And that's
Mhm.
just a cool thing. So yeah, let's talk
Yeah.
about that population.
That population, that the group of women I have in there now, they are hysterical. They're so much fun, and they're really supportive of everybody. We have Danya in that class. She is hilarious. If we get a like a Bruce Lee, it's been a good class for her. They are great. They're wonderful. They come from tons of experience. We have a woman in there that's got boatloads of experience. She's super duper duper strong.
Yeah.
And we have people that have never stepped foot in the gym.
Ever. Yeah.
They all work out together. They're all doing the same thing. They're all supportive of each other. The strong person needs as much support as the person who's never been in a gym before.
Yep.
It doesn't matter your exposure to working out, or if you've never seen a weight before. It doesn't matter if you haven't worked out in 20 years or you just went to the games.
Right.
Everyone has a place, not only in our gym, but in that women's specific class.
Yeah.
And it's really that age group, the post-momming, right?
Yep.
So
that's a great name for it.
People that their kids are older, they're, almost out of high school, or they've been out of the house for a long time. I love that age group. I want those women to reclaim their life, reclaim their health and fitness. As a mom, it's super easy, as I show you sometimes, to put other people before yourself.
Yes.
And without even, we don't even think about it. We just do it. And I'm not saying that men don't do that, but we also have partners and spouses, and we do prioritize them. I don't know where that comes from, but we all kind of tend to do that.
Yeah.
For the most part as women.
Yeah.
And I want them to take that back. I want them to create a space that belongs to them.
Yep. Put themselves first.
Finally, for once,
Yep.
do it and get fit, get healthy, feel good in your own skin. It's so important for me that people and women feel strong. They feel empowered. They feel beautiful. They feel free. They don't feel like, I can't do that, or, I'm not going to take that hike with my girlfriend, or I'm not going to put on that dress on New Year's. I don't like that. I don't want people to feel that way. Everybody is beautiful as they are.
Yep.
And I just want them to feel it.
Yeah.
I want them to recognize that, and I want them to be strong and healthy. I want them to be here for a long time.
Yeah.
For forever. I want them just to wow people with their ability to just keep on trucking and doing cool things.
Yeah.
I want them to have people come up to them and say, "Man, you're 70? No way."
Heck yeah. Yep.
Because they're doing cool stuff and they look great and they're happy.
Yeah.
I want women to prioritize their health.
Yeah.
We let it go way too long. And I know that it's kind of natural. It happened to me too. And then I just had this kind of epiphany where I think my youngest was about 7, and I didn't know who I was.
Yeah.
Like, I'm a mom.
Yep. Your identity's with them.
Yeah.
Yep.
I'm a mom.
Yep.
I'm an employee. I'm a spouse. who am
Yeah.
I? Like
Yeah.
me
Right.
as
Right.
myself.
Right.
And
Right.
so that's when I kind of took that dive back into karate and triathlons. Like I was searching for something that resonated with me, something that made me feel like myself.
Yeah.
And so kind of athleticism has always been that way. And, you know, now being able to do things for myself is really important. Like I can shovel my own driveway. I can lug my summer and snow tires around without having to wait for anybody. I can carry in 10 bags of groceries. I don't have to make 10 trips to my car. Who wants to do that?
Totally. Yeah. Right.
I can, wrestle around with people. I don't have to be frail and sit around and wait for people or things to happen to me. I have a sense of control of my life and those things I want to do.
Yep.
Having people to do them with is always great. Having help is always great. But be honest, it's not always there.
Yeah.
So I want to be independent, and that's what I want for them.
Yeah. And the gym, I think, is such a safe space for them to express like the progress that I think that, I mean, again, I can't speak to it specifically. I can from my teenage years. I have a similar kind of like, I think I've told that story a couple times, but like finding the sense of personal control of like effort equals results. And then you see the results and you gain some confidence and you realize you are capable of more.
Yeah.
I think that's kind of, if I can understand it, that sounds like what you're communicating. And I think, again, for the first timer in the gym, or they've never done those things, but then all of a sudden they see that they have this sense of their own identity, their own control, their own ability. And then they demonstrate that with getting stronger and lifting more weight than they ever thought. And I just think it's so darn cool. So
it's awesome. I love seeing that for people that can get over that fear hump, you know, and walk into our gym. And even if they've done nothing, even if they haven't done anything for 15 years or whatever it is, they finally understand that it doesn't matter.
Yeah, right.
It absolutely 1,000,000% doesn't matter. What matters is showing up consistently for yourself, and all the benefits of that will come in time. So it's important for people to take care of themselves and know that, especially in our gym, all that matters is that you show up. And you give your best, whatever it is that day, and that you don't have to be in shape to start. You don't have to understand the words coming out of our mouth. That's why we're there. You've never bench pressed before. It's okay. We'll say it 1,000,000 times. We'll say it 1,000,001. We'll do it whatever you need. That's what we're there for. We're there to help you help yourself. We want you to live a long time. And there's not a lot of places around there that are like that, you know? It makes us special.
Totally.
Yeah.
And the people there too. Like, it's, again, I said this second, but it's safe. It is so safe.
Yeah.
Everybody is in there supporting each other and happy to see everybody when they walk in the door. And I do find that to be really unique. And we're entering the dark season where people get depressed and they feel, I mean, it's an insidious thing, the mental state of the winter up here. But I do find that is if I start to feel that, I walk in the gym and I get a massive amount of reprieve. Like, it is just immediate, which is maybe a whole other topic. But the point of it is that, people coming in feeling a certain way, it usually is alleviated by the group and the people that are in the gym. And it's it is unique. And I think the people who haven't been in there just don't quite, it's hard to convey, even though we've been trying for a while here.
I think people have just been shown, it's been, proven to them over the course of them trying to do new things, or them trying different gyms or different programs within gyms, that they're not good enough. But they are. Like, you're always good enough. Like, nobody at our gym is going to judge you for a single thing. Except showing up. Like, show up, high five.
That's it.
Job done. Just show up, be yourself, be unique. You're going to be fine. We're there to help you, whatever your goal is. And it's not about our goal for us, for me personally as a coach. It's not about what I want for you. It's about what you want for yourself. And that's what we all keep in mind when we're working with people. So maybe your goal is to learn a certain skill. Maybe your goal is just to show up.
Yep.
Or maybe your goal is to beat that winter depression. I had a member yesterday telling me that, this week, the dark,
Yep.
it's getting me.
Yeah.
And all I did was stand there and listen to them say that. And I said, you're not alone.
Yeah.
Like,
Right.
we're here.
Right.
We'll keep the lights on for you.
Totally.
And, you're not alone. I feel that way too.
Right.
Let's get this workout on.
Right.
And they were feeling better when they left,
Yep.
just like you were saying. So it helps to have that community. It helps to take care of yourself instead of just going through each and every day kind of in this like doldrum type state, like, oh, Eeyore, like
Right.
Eeyore.
Yeah.
Oh,
That's right.
Have a house. It's not much of a house, but it's a house,
Yes.
Like, it gives you like a little spike, a little energy of life.
Yeah.
And it's important,
Yeah.
and if you don't make it one day, then make it the next day. For me, it's always about like the next right choice. We're
Yeah.
not always 100% successful. So say you eat a whole pizza for lunch or whatever.
Heck yeah.
So what?
Yep.
Right?
Don't
I
do-
mean, was that
Don't
the
do
best?
it for dinner. Yeah. That's if you do, fine.
Yeah.
Right.
Was that the best choice? I mean, was it protein loaded? I don't
Yeah. Right.
Was it the best choice? Probably not. Does it really matter in the big scheme of life? No. What matters is that you don't hold on to that. You don't harbor any guilt towards what you've already done.
Yep.
Just move on.
Yep.
Take the next step forward. Always move forward. So what does your next snack look like? What
Yep.
does dinner look like for you? It's always just the next best choice for yourself, whether it's working out or nutrition based or finance based or whatever it is. Like, oh my gosh, I just spent $200 on Amazon in 3 minutes. How did I do that? I
Yeah.
shouldn't have done that. So don't do it again.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like,
Move past it. It's not you.
Yeah.
It's not your identity.
keep on moving forward.
Yeah.
Move forward.
So full circle, I think instead of you finding a bunch of tire flipping shirtless idiots, you found and became one of just a bunch of like caring,
Yeah. It's
unselfish,
amazing.
happy, wanting to provide support for all shapes, sizes, ages, types,
Yep.
experience levels.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, Sandpoint Strength is everything that it needs to be and more. It's nothing what I perceived it to be. It's like totally full circle. It's the best environment, hands down.
Well, and you have a massive, massive, massive part of that. You are
Thank you.
a huge part of it. And I know we all
I
don't
want to
know what our
go.
lives- Yeah, right. Well, we had 45 minutes. I just wanted to wrap it up on my acknowledgement of that, like that you are such a huge part of that supportive community. And I know that for me, I just can't thank you enough. And I know for the hundreds and hundreds of people that you have helped and are helping, like we just thank you so much. So
Thank you.
let's
Well, you guys are a big part of that too. You guys help me every day, you and all the other coaches. So
good. Cool.
I'm not alone, just like everyone else.
No, totally.
Yeah.
All right. I think we're gonna wrap this up unless you got a bunch of stuff you want to share that we didn't get to.
No, I got to leave some in reserve.
That's right. Cool.
Story time with Lisa later.
We'll do this again. We'll convince her to do this again. It'll be great.
Okay.
All right. Thanks, Lisa.
Bye.